Hey guys, Katsuma Gaming here. I know I'm late to this party, but I want to talk with you about the upcoming banners in Konosuba Fantastic Days Global version. So if you didn't saw them already, there are videos out from Paragon and ZBD talking about these kind of stuff, but I still wanted to make this video myself and just give my prediction about these banners and how good or bad they are based on the Japanese timeline, so you can decide yourself on which banner you might want to pull or not pull. So in case you didn't notice already, we have a bot that leaks new banner. I don't want to go too much about the details, but I made this together with a friend of mine, Dark Sky. We pretty much get information about it's called data mining about upcoming banners. So just like seeing in the game files which banners are already there, and with the bot, we have an easy way to display this information to everyone. So if you want to use this bot yourself, either join my Discord, link is down below in the description, or also join the unofficial Discord. It's there as well. There are a lot of cool people out there, so you know, might as well join. So let's just go through the different banners and I give you a rough idea what the units are, show them on a JP client maybe even, and yeah, we go from there. So first up, our current banner that still lasts a few more days is Pyjama Part 4 with Pyjama Dust and Melissa. If you didn't know it already, Pyjama Melissa has a team break passive for wind damage. We currently even have a wind arena, so she's really good for that, and she will be really good for a long time because she's like one of the two wind passive traits. The second one will be New Year Wiz, but she also boosts magic attack up, so the moment you actually use physical units, you just want to use Melissa. So, my tip I can give you here is, we have two other big banners that are coming up later in this video as well, so first watch the whole video, and remember to like and subscribe while you're at it, and then, depending on which of these banners you might want to pull or not pull on this, use your spare quads for this one, but I think there are at least two other banners that you just probably want to save for. So yeah, next banner is also already live, which is Vanir's birthday with the paid banner. So the next one is also a banner that we already know about thanks to Nexon's information about the upcoming stuff, which is Kempo Rin and Kempo Mitsurugi. I already talked about them in my video about the January characters, so might as well check this out. But to make it short, Rin is a good electro mage, but she won't see that much use. Meanwhile, Mitsurugi is a really good fire unit, better version than Snow Mitsurugi, so for physical fire, he's pretty much mandatory for a good while, I say so, until Fast Erika to be honest. So if you want to compete in fire, maybe pull for him, but there are so many other units, it's hard to decide. Now we come to the actually first new banner, which is Casual. At least we call it Casual. Apparently it's called Stylist Transformation Special Outfit. That will feature both Casual Mitsurugi, so back-to-back Mitsurugi banners, and as you can see here, Leah. And just want to give you guys a short summary about these characters, because I don't think I talked about them. Casual Mitsurugi is an Earth unit. He has a debuff blocking skill, which is pretty handy, I guess, and also a god shop skill. Think about a small god shop, so not too crazy with HP conditions. So he's pretty much better Bunny Mitsurugi, but at the same time, he won't see much use besides like 1-2 arenas or so, because there are just better Earth units out there with Vanir and others coming soonish. But, I mean, if you get him, he's still a good pickup, I guess. The more important one here is actually Casual Leah. She will bring a whole new buff to the game, which are elemental buffs, seen at this skill here. Elemental buffs have also like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. We pretty much have only tier 1 for a while, and tier 1 just means like a straight 10% damage boost to every attack of that element. So in case of Casual Leah, she's a wind unit, she will buff you wind damage. So she's pretty much will be really good unit for wind for a while, until basically we get out of fast units that are just better. But even then, she's like still pretty good. Like, for context, the moment FES Yellow dropped, I thought she's just that, you don't use her. But at the end, rank 1 actually used Casual Leah over FES Yellow, so she's a really strong unit, trust me. You can use her for a while, she's really good. She also has a counter, which comes in pretty handy, also for future contents. In the future there will be so-called side quests, mini-games, I don't know what to call it. And a counter having there is like really good because it knocks out the enemies without attacking them, which gives you more points and stuff like that. But that might be a thing for another video. I already have a video series planned for that. So again, if you don't want to miss it out, please remember to like and subscribe. But I think she's a really good unit. But sadly, there are other units coming up. And I think the next big one should be the next one, which is Overlord. We all waited for it a pretty long time. We finally have the concrete date. It's from February 21 until March 15th. So a pretty long time. You might be confused why, but the simple answer is there are 2 bundles, of course. We have Recruit Part 1 with Einzelgon, with Kazuma Einzelgon and Albedo Darkness, and Part 2 with Shaltier and Shaltier Megumin. I already have a video a little bit old on my channel where I just showed off the Overlord characters. It's a little bit old, so I probably make another video showcasing them right before Overlord, so in roughly a month. But TLDR, Einzelgon is really, really strong. Best dark unit for pretty much at least a year until like 2.25 FES, where Aria comes around. Even then, you can still use him kinda. Shaltier will be really good light unit until second Ani, which will just kill her completely. But they both will be meta for a while, so these are pretty much the ones to pick up. Albedo Darkness is nice to have, but like nothing too crazy. Einzelgon Kazuma has a pretty decent kit and makes Dark Fist with Darkness viable, but mages are just straight up better most of the time. So he's a good assist for Einzelgon because he boosts dark damage, and Einzelgon has Kazuma as a sub. And there are no other like magic attack boosting characters, so he will be one of the 2 good subs for Einzelgon. The second one will be his Welfare, so he gets a 3-star Welfare in Part 2 event. Part 1 Welfare will be Albedo, so together with them, these are like his best subs. So I'd say try your luck here, don't skip it. You know, call-up characters probably never come back. And also a small tip, there will be a 3k paid banner, probably, unless X change some stuff, which guarantees at least 1 Overlord unit, and every 4-star in that banner will be an Overlord unit. So if you get lucky and get like 3 4-stars in that 1 multi, that's just like 3 Overlord characters guaranteed, and it can be any character. It can be a Part 1 unit, it can be a Part 2 unit. So if you just get lucky and get 2 4-stars in that multi, and you get Shaltier and Einzelgon out of there, you can pretty much just skip the rest. So even if you're not a whale, maybe invested 3k in there. It's probably worth it. Next unit will be Santa, so Christmas, but also Legendary Adventurer Festival. And that's the one banner pretty much everyone talked about, where the one and only feschris will finally arrive in Global. If you haven't heard about her, she's probably the best support in the game, because she has a tier 2 speed boost on her skill. She has a 6-second cooldown reduction with elemental basic that also lowers the defense by tier 1. And, you know, she has a ulti 1 to slow or ulti 2 to buff both physical and magical attacks, since the newest buffs to the ulti that Nexon accidentally released. Which just makes like a buffer. She can apply speed boost and she can apply cooldown reduction for the team. Pretty much everything you want from a support. That makes it so broken. Don't miss her out. Don't miss her out. Don't do that. Don't skip her. The other Xmas units are sadly kind of whatever. Megumin has a problem. She's double AoE. And you have Vanir already for 1 AoE skill to clear 1 wave, so you probably never use her. The better Earth unit will be later Halloween Megumin. Union is kind of a bit sad. She gets like used once or twice, I think. Because she has a gotcha up skill and some pretty good damage. The problem here is the next call-up after Overlord will be Raygun, and Raygun will drop another Earth Union. She doesn't have gotcha up anymore, but she has a tier 2 speed up, and lightning damage resistance, which makes a pretty good unit. Like, not top best unit, but she makes it better. She makes it better than her Xmas counterpart. So, to be honest, if you get feschris, that's the moment you can stop. You don't need to pull for those. Maybe Union, but not much. Part 2, Christmas, is kind of sad. We will get a Walter, Iris, and Ari. Iris is just a better Valentine's Iris, but if you didn't know already, Water Trio is just so stacked. You don't have much space for another unit, so she is a good, like, slot 4 unit to come in and do, like, 1-2 attacks, like, boost the attack up, then the HP condition with Gotch up to maybe get one last ulti out or something like that, but it's really rare, and, like, the best runs are the one where she never comes out, so she's not used. Same with Aura. Aura is the water mage, and I just talked about the water tree and how strong it is, so you can expect that a water mage doesn't have much place in it. There she is. She has a Rash Red, which seems good on paper, but she's just too bad of a unit. You will never use her. Literally never ever I use her in the whole life, so unless you're an Iris simp like some of my viewers, just skip her. Next banner will be Snow Part 3. To be honest, it's also pretty big skip in my opinion. These units have some potential, like they both have, so it will be a Snow Leah and Snow Mia. Snow Leah has a tier 2 speed boost, which is pretty valuable, and also a dark damage block, so she will make your team more survival. But it was like only used for one arena with a lot of damage, and after that she wasn't used. Same with like Snow Mia. Where she is there. She has a Gotch up and a debuff block, so she was like, used her front target to get like an ulti off, block the debuff from the first turn of the boss. Then you want her to die and Leah to come in to apply the speed boost for the team and stuff like that. It was literally like one arena where you use them, so I don't think they're worth it. Just skip them. Next one is big. Ignore the assist here. It's New Year. New Year will be Vincent Van Year, and I know Paragon said something different here, but I kind of need to disagree with him. The big one here, to be completely honest with you, is New Year Wiz. First up, as I said before, she has a team passive trait that boosts wind damage and magic attack damage. So, if you don't have Melissa, you can still use her because 3% wind damage is really good on a wind team. You can also use her in any magic team that's like mixed damage because she just boosts magic attack damage by 3%. That's one more than a normal passive trait, so if you don't need your slot 5, she can be good for like 2 teams, which is really valuable. She has an AoE tier 2 Rash Red that scales with levels, so same with like Onsen Melissa. Kind of makes her a better Rash Red than single Kazuma, but for that it's AoE. The big one though is a single target skill. It's 270% damage, and if you like have Wiz ulti on the enemy, enough HP for this to proc with the scalable Rash Red and stuff, this can nuke big. Trust me. Like I think I have even a video out there on my channel with like where Kazuma has a frog and stuff like that. That's an April Fool's joke. But yeah, use her to come in to use the skill and stuff. You can see that she does pretty insane damage. She's like really good and also can be used more in the future. Meanwhile, Van Year, he's a good sub for like his other units because he will boost his magic attack up. He has a Gotch up with debuff condition, so still pretty good damage. Second skill lowers the earth damage he takes, so he will be also loose for like 1 or 2 arenas, but that's it. So he will fall off a cliff pretty hard. Also, thanks to his ultis, like the only good ulti he has is like his ulti 1 version 2 or his ulti 2. But the tier 3 magic death down from his tier ulti 2 you already get from Wiz if you use Wiz with him together. So that doesn't help. Wiz also slow, so his ultis pretty much doesn't provide anything if you run him with Wiz and you don't run him without Wiz. So he just has some decent skills, but nothing else. So try to get Wiz, I think, if you have the quads ready. If not, you can also skip it. Like, Wiz isn't that present, but like more present than Van Year. but I will try my luck on her. After that, we have Hot Spring, which is kind of interesting because of the 2 units. First up, we will get our first new Meru, or Mel, how you want to call her, which is fire. She also has a counter and a gotcha skill, but there are better fire units out there. There's like no space for her. Maybe she was used for 1 arena and that's it, but I can't remember it, so I just say she's not worth it. The other unit is kind of like interesting because it's Cielo. So she has a tier 2 speed on her healing skill and also a HP condition with electro damage lowered. She will be good the moment Accelerated drop, which is also ray gun color. Because she will be able to buff him, she will be the unit to apply the speed boost, keep the team alive, and you just run her with Accelerator and Onsen Melissa to have a really strong team. If you want to run physical, for the mage team you just run Vanir, Yun and Onsen Melissa, with Onsen Melissa running ulti 2. Works also pretty well. This team is better by a bit, but not too much. But these are non-limited, so she will be bad at the beginning, good later, so skip her and pray you get her eventually. Like, at least when the collab arrives. And even then, you have other teams to run with the mage team to still compete for top ranks, so she's nice to have, but not used, not like needed. 2 more banners. This is probably also a big one. Snow Part 4. There is a Cecily a lot of people talked about. It's Snow Cecily. She will be meta for a long time, actually. We still use her, kinda. Like, just recently with Xmas Aqua, we might have a replacement for her. But that's, like, not 100% sure, but, she can apply an Electro Tier 1 damage buff for the team, which is really valuable. She has a small heal. She does at least decent damage, and, you know, her ulti 1 version 2 now buffs both physical and magical attack and slows the enemy, or you can run her ulti 2 version 2 when it drops for the speed boost. Ulti 2 version 2 should be there by then, but that's also another topic for another video. So she's like really good, but then again, she's not limited. Maybe throw 1, 2, 3 multis on her, but don't go too hard. Or just use 4-star tickets if you have by then. But I think she's really good to get. The other unit here is Amy. On theory, actually a good Amy, but she just got overshadowed by the Cecily. She has a guard ship and also a small heal over time. 2 HP condition skill, so she does decent damage. She can also buff your team, but like only for mages, and the moment you just run FES, she's sadly out of the equation. So, yeah. Last banner is probably also a big one because it's next limited. It's Valentine's. Valentine will we have 1 good unit, 1 bad unit. The good unit is Valentine's Comico. Why she's good? First up, she's a dark passive trait user. She boosts your dark unit. Also, she's a really strong slot 4 unit. Why? First up, her skill 1 is HP condition, and she applies a tier 3 magic attack up to herself. And the second one will also be, I think, a new skill by then. It's a Gauge Consumption skill. So, if you're above 50% Gauge when you use that skill, it will consume some of that Gauge. I don't have the exact number in my head, but then it will just increase the damage by a lot. You can see here with skill level 5, normally it does 205%, but if it's able to consume Gauge, that's a 411% skill. You don't need a buff, because skill 1 will buff that skill. And if that crits, that's like a 100k damage or 120k damage, something along these lines. It's crazy, trust me. If you get her in at the end of a run to do both of her skills and you get a crit, you guarantee the highest score. Not gonna lie, it's wild. So she's actually an amazing kit, but thanks to the gas consumption, only as slot 4. The other Valentine's unit is Erika. And she's just bad. Like, we saw her use once or twice in Earth Arenas thanks to her speed boost. And she also has a self Earth damage boost. So that's a self damage boost only. And, you know, we have other strong Earth main DPS units. You don't need her on... Thanks, because she only boosts herself, she's, like, not that good. And the last battle we know so far, which is for May, by the way. We're already in May till June. It's Casino Part 4. So let's take a look at these two units. First up, it's a pretty cool Melissa, not gonna lie. It's this one. I just show you the art because I know you're gonna wanna see the art. I know you guys, you wanna see that art. Look at the beautiful card. How can you not look at it? And also the one unit all in the background. You also see probably which is the second unit in this banner. She has a really interesting passive trait again. She boosts physical attack by 3% and water damage by 3%. And same thing with this here. If you don't have any fitting part traits, you can just use her in a physical team for the 3% over the 2%. We do this actually quite often, not gonna lie. And since we actually skipped Halloween and we don't have any information that Halloween is coming, we don't have Halloween coming so far. So she will be actually the first unit to boost water damage. So she's actually also really good for the water team and water arena in general. Until we get the Komiko, then Komiko will be the better unit for water. But since that's not happening, she's really good. Same thing with Komiko. She's a good slot 4 for to come into like 2 skills. Self-speed boost with HP condition skill, not too bad. Skill consumption skill that can deal like 300%. Not as high as Komiko, but like still decent for a nuke at the end. So yeah, I think if you have tickets or spare quads for her, pull for her, she's good. Well, at least for the team. The other unit is Vandir, and Vandir is sad because he would be the mage speed boost provider, but then again, we don't run mages in water arena, so he simply has no place, so he's the easy skip on this banner. But yeah, this sums up all the banner we know so far. I will make a whole separate video series where I talk about every unit that might come this year and other stuff. I'm working on that right now, so if you don't want to miss it, please remember like and subscribe. I know I say it often, but it actually helps, I guess, because I'm like one of the guys who needs like 3 reminders to actually press the subscribe button. So if you are like me, press the subscribe button. It really helps me out. I want to break the 1K subs this year, so please, if you can, like and subscribe. Thank you so much. If you have any other questions, leave them down in the comment. Remember to join the Discord if you just want to check it out yourself and also see the newest units when the bot gets updated with new information. And yeah, I hope this helps you out. Have a nice day and see you next time. Bye bye.